worked. I'm using Ecamm Live, and I scheduled this thing for right now, and it's working. It seems to be anyway. Anyway, what's up, people? Today I want to talk about, it's kind of counterintuitive, but the key to enrolling clients has nothing to do with sales, which I know it sounds outrageous. But this is going to be really good news for a lot of coaches out there because most coaches hate sales. And I don't blame them. If you try to do sales on an enrollment call the traditional way, it's not fun for a lot of people. But anyway, today I want to go deep and tell you about a client and kind of break things down. So I want to tell you about one of my clients, Sharon, and I switched to my iPad. I feel like writing today. Let me see here. Let me turn this on. Give me a second. Maybe people can jump on. Let's see. Facial recognition. All right, that's good. All right, I'm going to draw. I feel like drawing on my iPad. I don't usually, but I'm going to do it right now. Let me switch. Cool. Whoa, that's not going to do it. That's not going to do it. All right, give me 2 seconds. Anyway, while this is connecting, it's really important to know. I want to set the story of the background of where when she came to me, where she was at, kind of thing, and then what we did. And I'm just gonna give you the overview today, and then tell you when I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go deep on it. Let me see. Is this working? Yeah. Let me make it a little bit bigger first. Come on. All right, that's good enough. Anyway, so here's what was going on. Her story was, she came to me end of September, last day or 2 days of September. Anyway, what is this here? Why is this showing? Is this working? I think it's working. All right, perfect. Okay, and basically she had whoops, come on. This is going to set the tone for things so you guys can see what we had. We had to do quite a bit of work, but it wasn't too bad. She had no enrollments in 8 months, and she took a ton of calls. I don't even know, over 100 calls, I think. She said she had a 1% enrollment rate. Let me see. Enrollment rate, 1%. It was pretty horrible. She was paying for a lot of months. She did $7,000 in ads. She lowered it as she went, but like a lot of money in ads with no enrollments, right? She had some patterns that were showing up, right? And let's see if you guys might have some of these too. So this is for people who have been doing calls, and they don't really feel good on their calls. They're trying to do it. They feel like they're forcing. It doesn't feel good, right? So these are some of the patterns that she had that we worked on, and then I'm going to go into that too. So a lot of coaches have this one. It's the kind of the people pleaser, really nice people. People pleaser. I guess that's right. Yeah. And it's pretty common in the coaching industry, right? And she was full of doubt and uncertainty. That's weird. And yeah. Anyway, sorry. Didn't have any confidence, like zero confidence. And it's tough when you get in a slump and you get that many no's in a row. It was like she was just waiting for it's too much money, because that seemed to be the most common one she was getting for her. And she was just like, oh, well, here we go. And she got into that negative mindset, that spiral. I don't know if you guys have ever had that. If you've had a lot of calls with a lot of no's, then you know how easy it is to get in that. And then a lot of people spend a lot of time on mindset work, which I don't have a problem. Like people think I don't like mindset, and it's funny because my client said, "You're a mindset coach," and I'm like, "Really?" I get triggered by that a little bit, but it is mindset. But it's also skill set. You got to work on the skills, right? So her mindset was in the toilet. She was doing mindset work. She was trying to do these things that this other program told her to do that just didn't feel right. She started picturing about, I want to serve 10 amazing clients, put my hand on my heart and do all these things. And she just ended up feeling horrible after when it didn't happen. And then she had this cycle of like, there's got to be something wrong with me. What's wrong with me? And anyway, it just snowballs into a lot of different things, like call reluctance. She told me that she used to be excited when someone canceled the call or when they didn't show up, right? It's not a good place to be. But the worst thing is she felt out of alignment. She felt like she was trying to have to become someone else in the calls. She's like, I'm not like this person. Like this other sales training program she went through. And the guy's a phenomenal sales trainer too. He's great. I have nothing bad to say about the guy. But her personality didn't fit in with that. And if you don't fit in with that, it's incongruent. And if you try to fit yourself into someone else's mold, it's not going to work. It's just like the saying, something like this. I'm going to butcher it, but it's like if you judge a goldfish by its ability to climb a tree, it's going to think it's a failure its whole life. And this is what happens when you try to fit yourself into someone else's script or try to be someone else. I'm going to channel my inner this person. It works for some people, and if it does, do it. It's cool. But for a lot of people, it doesn't. They don't feel authentic. And she felt like a failure, she said, which is it's the hard one. You know, it's a common thing people say, but that's a tough one. And she literally was like this close to just giving up and getting a job, like at a retail store, like at Marshall's or something like that. And that's sad because there's so many, she works with parents who help the kids. And there's so many people that need her. It's unbelievable. Anyway, she also did like she did this other sales training program that was $12K and got 0 clients. I'm offline. That's weird. That's okay. Okay. She got 0 clients from that, and she felt worse. Right? She felt worse because she didn't want to do it the way they were teaching it because it was out of alignment with her. Right? And that's one of the things I got to tell you. The biggest thing is you have to find something that works for you with your temperament, with your personality type, because if you're trying to be someone else, it's like if you want to find a love partner or something, and I want to be who I think I need to be to get this person to like me. That's a horrible way to live your life, right? So you got to be able to own who you are and make that work. That's why the way I talk on sales calls is so different. None of my clients sound anything like me, nor should they, right? Because that's not them. They have to be them. They have to be the version of them without the limiting beliefs, without the bullshit stories, without the mindset blocks, right? So anyway, where was I here? Oh yeah, so she paid $12K for another sales training program. I think she paid something like $8K for some transformational coaching mindset thing. Let's just put mindset. And when I talked to her on a call, and I was like, well, you've already paid like $20,000 on these 2 things plus the other money in another program. Like you already paid for it. Why not just double down on that and do more of that? Right? Because, right? It makes sense, right? Why would you want to spend money? You already have these things. Just do that. And then she's like, well, I've been doing it for over a year. It doesn't work. Boom. Right? So that's a big thing to get people to realize that if they have a certain way to do it, then do it. Why are you coming to me kind of thing? Anyway, so bottom line is nothing was working for her. She was completely lost. And one of my greatest skills, and I know this might come across weird or arrogant. I don't care. One of my greatest skills is I can see greatness in people that they can't see. And I can bring it out of people really freaking good. Like it's my gift. I don't know how. It's not me. It's like God from up above coming through me, I think. But that is my skill, is to get people to show up on their calls as them without bullshit lines, without trying to be somebody else, right? If you want to learn how I did this with Sharon, I'm doing a webinar on the 29th at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern time. And it's basically, I want to show you everything. And literally, her transformation is, it's not uncommon, okay? It's not. She literally went from, and I'm not bullshit, this is unbelievable, 1% enrollment rate, I would just put ER, enrollment rate, to 40%. Literally, she started on September 29th or something. I think it was when she signed up, or the first call. And literally, she went through October. She turned her ads off in September because she was spending all that money. So no ads. She got a 40% enrollment rate. Not in October. October, she got 0 enrollments. And then in, let me see, September, October, November, she only had 5 calls. Right, she didn't get a ton of calls before that. A handful that she got no's on, but we learned and we calibrated things, right? What worked for her, and then she enrolled 2 out of 5 clients, which isn't a huge deal, but it's 40%. When you go 8 months with no enrollments, and the second full month in the program, you get a 40% enrollment rate. That's a big deal. That changed, right? And then she didn't really turn her ads on until a little bit later. She turned her ads back on, and literally, I put on this thing, I think she did 33.6 in 12 days. Well, in 30 days, this is unbelievable, right? 30 days. It's funny, we have a whole new problem. I'll tell you about her new problem after that we're working on now. It's like your problems don't go away. You just get better problems, right? So 30 days, she did, it's pretty crazy. I think it was $45,850 collected, not in future payments, right? 30 days. Now, this created a whole new problem, right? Because I always say, we're like a thermostat, right? And if we have a certain comfort zone range, right? So whatever that is, and it's financial too, right? So if you're used to making, $5,000 to $10,000 a month, let's just say, if you go below 5, that's going to be, you bring that right up, right? If you go over 10, sometimes you have to calibrate. You have to be able to raise your temperature, your thermostat to, believe this is, you have to normalize it basically, right? So that's the next problem we have to work on, is normalizing that this is normal. This is a normal thing, but one thing at a time, right? So anyway, how do we do this? Because this is pretty remarkable, right? This is pretty crazy, right? We think, oh, wow, how are you going to do that? I can't even deal with, everyone I get is broke. Everyone needs to think about it. Everyone needs to talk to somebody else, right? So we did this without her learning. There's no bullshit line. She's not doing closes. She's not trying to close people. You get it? That's why it's I was talking to, we had a group call the other day, and someone's like, you probably make a killing working with enrollment coaches and closes and helping them with it. And have you thought about that? I'm like, yeah, they make $500 a sale versus $5,000 a sale. That's not my thing. And I said, plus, I don't even teach sales. And he's like, huh? I'm like, I don't even teach sales. You guys, what I teach is how to have them show up on the calls as themselves, without any bullshit, without any limiting beliefs, so they can own their power by speaking their truth, right? And in the process, they sell a ton, they enroll a lot of people, right? And it's natural, it's easy, it's effortless. As one of my clients, Benji, says, it's emotionally sustainable. And he said something that blew my mind. I was like, oh, really? He said, even if I didn't increase my enrollment rate and I just did the calls this way, it's worth it, because I get off the phone call and I feel good, whether they enroll, whether they don't enroll. And even when people enrolled before, I felt dirty. I felt like I had to take a shower after the call, right? So, of course, he's 3xing his enrollment rate, maybe somewhere in that range. And he's a phenomenal human being. But anyway, you don't have to learn cheesy lines. You don't have to use these canned lines. I do these short videos, and the guys that are doing the videos for me, they're like, hey, do some stuff. So I throw I give other people's lines because I just don't believe in it. I don't believe in you need to say lines, right? I also don't, a lot of sales training programs teach you to really get into pain, right? And there's a lot of people force pain, and they put their nose in dog shit, and they make them feel guilty. And that doesn't empower people. I don't like that. You can get people to enroll to realize how bad it is without trying to force them to feel bad, right? You don't need these tactics. You don't need to make them feel guilty. And you don't have to overcome objections. There's ways you can talk to people without being combative and trying to overcome it. Earlier you said this, and I'm like, and then it's it's just, it doesn't have to be hard, right? It can be fun. It can be effortless, right? If your enrollment calls aren't fun, you're doing something wrong. You're doing something wrong, right? It's all about you tuning in to being you on the calls, getting rid of the bullshit and stepping into your power so you can hold space for other people to step into their power. I'm going to do a webinar on the 29th. You got to come check it out. I'm literally not holding anything back. I'm going to tell you the things that we did, how to do it, and see if that resonates with you. If you're doing good and you like your method, hey, cool. It's all good. Do I think this would work better for most people? I don't know. I do. I think that as long as you're being you in the calls, cool, and you feel good. If you don't feel good, if you're tired and burned out from the calls, then you're doing something wrong on the calls. That's it. So if you want to learn how to be more of you on the call without bullshit lines, but still being powerful, right? Still being powerful, being able to hold up that mirror. I always use an analogy. At the end of the call, by asking the questions we do and by really unpacking and uncovering things, at the end of the call, there's nowhere to hide. They are completely exposed, completely naked, and not by forcing anything. And then at the end of the call, they can make a decision. Are they going to do something about this? Are they in a place right now where they're going to draw a line in the sand and say, this is enough, right? And we have to, another thing I do is, if you haven't seen some of my other trainings, is I really teach how to find patterns on calls. And it's really, once you see it, it's like unbelievable. Once you hear them, that you see that, wow, this is showing up in every area of their life. And then it's not even about your program or not. It's about, like, are you going to do something about these patterns? And if you don't do anything about it, how is anything going to change? Oh, it's not. And who is it up to whether you settle for that or not? It's up to me. And are you willing to settle for that? No. Why not? And then it's just really getting them to take, like, that personal responsibility. That doesn't matter if they work with me. Doesn't matter who they work with. Are they going to commit to doing something about this, right? And why? And why now? And holding that space for people. So how long have I been going today? 17 minutes. I thought it was going to be 10 minutes. Anyway, I'll put the link in the first comment for the webinar. Sign up for it. There'll be a replay. It's going to, I put 2 hours. It's probably going to be less. I want to open it up at the end, part of the last 30 minutes or 15 minutes or so for Q&A if you have any questions. But if you're tired of getting on the call and getting off of the call, feeling like crap, having any kind of call reluctance, having any kind of call streak if you're not enrolling at least 30, 40%, you really should check it out. I mean, it's free. And if you get one little thing from it, it can shift everything. It can shift everything. So anyway, I'd be honored to have you there. Come check it out. Love to meet you. It's going to be the 29th at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern time. And I'm going to show you everything I did with Sharon to get her where she is. Anyway, all right, guys, take it easy. See ya.